Hello, this is Shep and Max here at the Sun Valley Auto Club, and we've got a fantastic 70 series we can't wait to tell you all about. This is a 1987 LJ70, and it also has the VX package, Max?
Yeah, the VX, so it's a little more luxurious than your standard 70 series.
Yeah, so you're going to pick up the sunroof, a couple of other items. We'll go through those with you. Miles? I don't know.
Yeah, right at 101,000 miles. In kilometers, I believe it reads 130-ish.
Yeah, check on the website. We'll break that down for you. But what this is, I mean, if you're watching this video, you probably already know. But in case you don't, this is a vehicle that Land Cruiser never brought in because of the diesel in the 80s. So you see them out there, gray market, black market. This one got imported from Italy straight through the front door, so it has a clean United States title on it, and all of the documentation that comes along with it, with Department of Homeland Security, etc. So this is a front door entry. We found it from the guy who was selling it that actually brought it in from Italy. And so we've got all that paperwork, all the import paperwork, etc.
North America was kind of one of the only places, even with the exception of Canada, they do have these there. But we in the United States never received them because of safety standards and diesel emission standards, but they are used all over the world. I mean, even I know some military guys that say, oh my gosh, even in some of the most hostile, worst places, you see these things with bullet holes still driving around. They are just workhorses. But with this one being the VX and the turbocharged engine, it's really civilized and really a pleasure to drive. And we drove this 400 miles flawlessly.
Yep. Yeah. It does have the turbo diesel. We've had them just with a regular, kind of more of a rock crawler, and we can't wait to get under the hood and show you all the goodies that this one has. But just kind of speaking of it, it's a rust-free body, very clean body. Coming from Italy, and it's very original too. The interior, the headliner, the seats, etc. But when you look down the body lines, it's not all beat up.
And it's in a very cool color combo too. This nice kind of dark gray silver, and with the black trim and black wheels. Very cool. Those are aftermarket wheels, but they were custom made to fit this vehicle with the proper offsets. Those are also 17s, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And matching spare as well, the wheel and the tire.
Yeah.
So there's the VX back there, and matching rear seat. So this is a great place to look for rust, water coming down, and getting into this area. Every generation of Toyotas, if you're going to have problems, it's going to be in that spot. Really, really clean carpet. No rips, tears, stains, no odors.
No.
Yeah, just super, super meticulous. Beautiful headliner. And then that rear seat comes out super easy too. So if you want more luggage room versus people room, pop that seat out, throw your dogs back there, gear, etc.
And while we're back here, we will dive into all the engine goodies, but you're looking at a stainless steel tip there with a MagnaFlow muffler at the back, but that is a full, true 3-inch stainless steel turbo back system, starting with the downpipe.
Yeah, all the way from the downpipe.
Not a cheap system, and the right way to do it, being all stainless.
So, great body. There's going to be a few little nicks here and there. That's probably the most severe out of the bunch. Silver hides it well. Being an off-rig vehicle, it still looks good in the city as well, but it does have a few little scratches here and there. All the glass is very, very good. Tint in the rear, power glass up front.
Maybe we should dive into the engine and then we go into the interior with the gauges.
Take a look at that front bumper, nice and shiny, good chrome. Your front grille, nothing's broken. All of your lights are in place.
And here is a 2.4 liter diesel inline 4 engine. It is turbocharged, and it came from the factory with a turbocharger. However, I was told that this one has been upgraded, and you can see this boot here as well as a heat shield. So well sorted out. It's also hooked up to this, which is a water-cooled intercooler. versus your typical system, which is an air-cooled system. A lot of times with air-cooled, so it'd be a radiator instead, the heat sink is an issue there. So this one is running off the front radiator, and water is actually pumped up through these tubes and around the air intake to cool the whole system, and it's much more efficient.
System.
Yeah.
Drove this, 4 hours straight, and didn't get above 200 on the temp on the gauges inside.
Custom aluminum radiator, and we've got some nice upgraded systems as well there. There's the air AC compressor, and then there's also a starter over here that has been replaced too.
Should have brought my light over here, but there's the start of that. It's just horrible. You can't even see it. That downpipe, and that's all, like Max said earlier, stainless steel. This is a phenomenal system, a methanol system. Creates more of a boost. It goes in with the air and diesel mixture, and air molecules essentially can cling onto the methanol a lot denser, and so you get an extra little horsepower and boost, and you can definitely feel the difference when this tank is empty.
And that's set up to come on after about 10 pounds of pressure, and we do have boost gauges in the inside, so you can actually kind of see that as well as feel it too. But that system is set up. You don't need to mess with it at all. There are controls in the cab. Leave it the way it is. It works so well.
Yeah, it's a fun little drive. It doesn't turn into a Ferrari, but this thing can get up and go. One thing too is the rear and front ends are 411 gears, so it's set up for the highway. Go 85, and then when you get to your off-road, you've got low range, so just put it in the low range there. That way you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's great.
It is a 12-volt system. Some of these BJs, you'll see them as a 24-volt system. That's not in line. It's just a diesel double battery system.
To keep that battery nice and charged, if you don't drive this all the time, it has a built-in battery charger or tender.
Yeah.
And then you can plug it in here as well. And it also has a remote control feature to deal with that as well on the key fob, which is pretty cool.
And there's also, on the underneath, there's a heating pad. So you've got an oil pan heater as well as your a radiator heater on there. So that one plug, you're going to be able to start in any sort of weather.
Yeah.
It's basically overbuilt. But your battery's not going to die, and your car's going to start every single time, regardless of the outside temperature. Do you have a nice heat shield up here as well? Heat, and also that's probably actually more for sound dampening. So nice windshield, as we mentioned, original interior. These seats, we've taken these seat covers. These are custom. We'll do that on the other side, actually. These are custom made for this to keep the seats really nice. These are actually clipped in, and so we'd have to dismantle the whole thing. We're going to show you on this one just how nice the seats are. If you want some more photographs of the seats, we can do that. But it's just, it's matching seats, front and back, and both in really good condition.
Really good shape.
Oh, did you pull these back in?
I did on accident. I'm pretty quick at it, though, if you need a hand.
Goodness, you are.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to do this side. I can make this quick.
You know what? Let's just go video. All right, let's just do photos.
Nope.
Okay. You are quick.
Yeah. There's our factory seat in really good shape.
And once again, matching to the rear.
Yep. And we'll leave that undone. But let's check out the gauge cluster on here. So what you have are everything you need for a diesel. You've got your water temperature gauge. We've got some glare going on. I'll try and help that out. You have your oil pressures and your oil temp, which is very nice to have too. That's all in addition to the fully functioning gauge cluster up here. Got some serious glare from the window. All of your gauges do work. You can see your warning lights too. Also your preheat lights. And then we get up to the boost gauge up here and your EGT, so you can keep a good eye on your engine gas temperatures. As if they were to go too hot, you would want to turn your rig off.
Transfer case controls over here, push button.
Linkage here.
Yep. 5-speed.
And that knob is in great shape. It just goes to show how well this thing's been taken care of.
Yeah, all the buttons. I mean, they're just sitting here nice and shiny. No smudging.
Yep.
And there's your methanol mixture right there. And like Max was saying, better off just to leave that set just the way it is.
Yep. Full-on sunroof. Very nice. Yeah, let's check lights, huh? Parking lights, yep. Headlights. Great. Fog lights. Turn signal, and on the side as well for that European spec. Very nice. Left turn signals, also in the bumper. Good safety feature there. There's our brake lights, full on. And there's our reverse lights. Cool. Let's go for a drive. This thing is very cool looking.
Power windows. Going down, no issue. Roll those back up.
Speedometer works. It is a little cool. It's been sitting in our garage this morning, but...
And I'm always surprised when I get in here for, it's kind of a small statured vehicle, how high you sit up.
Yeah, very commanding view and tons of visibility.
Great turbo whistle.
Boost gauge. Yeah, the turbo is so cool.
It just does have a nice kind of pop right off the line. Lights, wipers, so those are working a couple different speeds. So that's what I like about this rig is you've got the ability to handle, you know, modern highway traffic, and then when you get to where you want to go, really get some exploring done, get in deep, you can certainly do that with this very capable four-wheel drive system.
Yeah, if you live in Salt Lake, you can drive 4 hours to Moab and do everything that everybody else is doing. However, they're putting their off-roading rigs on a trailer, and you get to drive this thing home. Well, we're at about 14 minutes, pretty long video, but there's a lot to talk to you about with this thing, and if you want to learn more, you can give me a call. My name's Max. My phone number is 208-720-4838, and you can always give Shep a call. His phone number is 208-721-1973, and we'd be happy to chat, and we'll see you on the next video.